Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's the end of the week and it's the end of it's the last of my 12 days of Craftmas, day 12, which is why I'm looking so classy today. I thought I would just bling it up a little bit today. So yeah, I think all my other Christmas jumpers are kind of fairly classic. Well, maybe not classic is not the right word really for Christmas jumper, but they're not bad. I would wear them out, put it that way. This one is just for the craft room. It's not even mine, it's Paul's from a few years ago. I bought it for him just as a bit of a joke. Still got it. It's got a hood and everything. It's like a little bubble thing. Anyway, oh dear, the things I do for entertainment value. It's all a bit of fun. Anyway, but I thought I'd be Santa today, and I'm really looking forward to showing you today's project. It's one that I've kind of saved for the end because it's my favourite, and it's a little bit more technical. Well, not technical really. It's a bit more involved than my previous projects, which have been kind of fairly simple, I suppose. So this one, I'd say anyone could do it. Even beginners, if you have the right products, anyone can do this. It's not that difficult, but it's probably sort of more advanced because it's got a bit of die cutting, stamping, two-step stamping. It's got some heat embossing, and that's about it really, but I'm really looking forward to showing you anyway. Hi Karen, good morning. So I forgot completely, even though I said I was about to do it. I got so distracted within seconds that I didn't do the draw for the shutter card yesterday when I should have. It was my poinsettia. I'll show you. So this was my new addition because I got given it by my crafty ladies that I do a little session for every month at the local retirement village, and they clubbed together and got me that, which is lovely. I was really pleased. And so that was my last session of the year that I had on Wednesday. So quite a few of you got that, so I'll just draw for that now. Charlotte, well done Charlotte. So you get my shutter card and the cracker, which I did yesterday, which I'll remove the ribbon and fold it flat to post it, or depending on who gets it. And all you'll need to do is just pop it back up and tie the ribbon again. So that one goes to Charlotte again. What are the chances? Well done, Charlotte. It's all in the luck of the draw. And that was the addition. No, that was the poinsettia, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the poinsettia. The previous one, I can't even remember. Yeah, someone might have to remind me what the previous one was. So I've added new decorations today. So if you would like to spot them, let me know, and I'll do a little draw for it. Won't for today's card. Sorry, yeah. So I'll do that. I'll draw it tomorrow, and also I'll be drawing a couple of extra prizes tomorrow. I'm going to look back through all your comments on all the videos from Sunday onwards. So for the last 6 days, and I'm going to draw a couple of prizes because I've really, really appreciated you interacting with me, chatting with me, and joining in as well. So it's just like a little reward for you. So right, so let's get started because we need to get cracking on this project. Let's do this one big. So today's project, I'm going to do a oversized card. I always like to do at least one of these a year, just for the really special people. But it was inspired by this project, which is on the Stampin' Up website. if you look for the Season of Green and Gold, in fact, if you look for the green golden greenery bundle on the Stampin' Up website, this picture actually comes up as one of the on the product page, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. So my card today is inspired by Stampin' Up's own project, and the products that I'm using are the golden greenery stamp set and dies. These are stunning dies, because not only do you get the dies that cut out these stamped images, but you also get these other dies in the set that cut out the most beautiful foliage. And here are a couple of examples of ones I've just had a little session cutting out, because you can use them on, it doesn't have to be Christmas, you can use them on every kind of card. This one looks like eucalyptus, and it's got some sort of embossing on it as well. So it's absolutely stunning. I just love this idea of creating a wreath out of paper as I would do a normal wreath. So I made a wreath last weekend with actual foliage, and I thought it's just really nice to be able to do exactly the same thing but with paper. So that's what we're doing. The other products in the suite are, because there's 2 bundles in the suite, and this is the other stamp set that's in the suite, so we're actually using this sentiment here, greetings of the season, and then we're also using some of the vellum. So this is also in the suite. It's called something greenery, or greenery something, I can't remember. Oh, I've written it down, hold on. Graceful Greenery Vellum, and that is actually the free gift, today's free gift, if you place an order of £40 or more. That's really good value. This is a really good value gift. It's £9.50 a pack. You get 6 sheets, 2 each of 3 designs, and it's great on its own, but it's even better cut out. So we're going to actually cut out some of the foliage from this vellum to use on our wreath. Got to get the right side. There is a proper side. One's a bit more faded than the other, but then you can cut those out, and you can cut those out. And I haven't used, or have I? I've cut out some of the papers. So the Season of Green and Gold papers, which was actually what I used for October's card club, I think it was. That also has, and I've only got a little bit of this left now, but it has a couple of the sheets in it that also can be die cut or fussy cut. So you can either use the stamps and dies, or you can use the papers to create a really similar effect. So, or you can use a combination of both, which is what I'm doing. So what I am going to start with is my card base. So this will all be emailed to my mailing list. So this is a perk for being on my mailing list. My email list is, you're going to get the PDF instructions and measurements for these projects, but you have to sign up by tomorrow if you want my 12 days of Christmas tutorials for free, because after that they're going to be charged. I'm going to sell them, because yeah, it's obviously, I wanted it to be a perk for people that subscribe, and I think it's really, really good value, these tutorials. Right, my oversized card base, I'm going to start with some thick white. I've got a few sheets here. I can't remember how many I'll need, but I need I need 2 for the actual base. I'm going to cut one at let's see, 23 centimeters. So I'm just going to chop that much off my A4. So it's now 21 by 23. And then I'm going to score at 2 centimeters along that, the longer edge. So that if I fold that up now, it's now 21 by 21. But I've got this seam here. Then I need another square, 21 by 21. So it's already 21 wide centimeters. So I'm going to chop that off to get my 21 centimeters. See, there's just not enough time. There's never ever enough time for all of the craft projects. I just end up kind of, I mean, I probably spend more time on Pinterest than I should. If I spent the Pinterest time crafting, then I'd get a lot more done. It's always the way. So, right, I'm going to cut a bit more card here. I need to cut another one at 21 by 21. So one's going to be at the front and one's going to be on the inside. And I'm also, yeah, that'll do for now. I'll just show you the actual card base, and then I'll do some more cutting in a second. So, okay, so I've got my folded bit. So you can put tape or glue. I like to use glue because it gives me a little bit of adjustment time, the wet glue. So I've put some glue on that folded up tab, and then I'm going to carefully lay one of my squares over the top. Just get it lined up, make sure it's lined up all the way around the 4 sides, and then get it pressed down. And if you flip it over so that the seam is on the back, now I'm going to use this piece to cover that. And it also provides some extra stability on the back. So let's just get a little bit of glue all the way around. Just make sure there's some near the edges. So you get a nice bond. Now push it up to the fold, but not over the fold, because you want to make sure it closes nicely still. Get it all lined up on all sides. Make sure that still closes. And if you end up with anything overhanging here, just trim off. It's fine. Just put it in your trimmer and just trim off a little millimetre or whatever. So I'm also, this is just an extra thing that I decided that I wanted to do, and I can do this now because I'll just get this stage out of the way. I've got a square of green card which is going to coordinate with my design on the front, and that's, let's see how much this is. No, this is, I think it's 20, yeah, 20 centimeters by 20. And then another piece of white, which is 19.5 by 19.5. And I'm going to put that on the inside for 2 reasons. One, to make it a bit more fancy, but also I need to add more weight to the back of the card because I'm adding a lot of decoration to the front of my card and it needs to sort of balance out. I don't know if you've ever made a card and put kind of lots of stuff on it and then tried to stand it up and then it's kind of fallen over because it's been really heavy on the front. I don't know if that's ever happened. Well, the solution to that is just to add more layers on the back of the card on the inside, and it sort of gives a bit more balance and weight. And it kind of makes it extra chunky and extra special. So, oh, morning, Julie and Vicky and Chris. Welcome, Vicky. So this is, I don't normally come on every day, but this is my 12 days of Craftmas that I have done once before, about 2 years ago, but normally I come on just once a week. But it's been really fun to craft with people every day. It's got me. It's got my creative juices flowing. Anyway, it's definitely something to do when you're running low on crafty mojo, is to just craft just a little bit every day, just 20 minutes, half an hour. Right, I need some more layers for the front now. Doing the boring bit first so that I can get on with the fun bit. So I'm going to cut a piece. I'm going to do a layer that's 18 by 18. I'm just going to do it white. I'm going to keep it similar to the Stampin' Up project, which was very white on white. And then another one at 17.5 by 17.5. So it does use a lot of card, but you know, it's only card. It's only white card. If you've got a pack of it spare, you'll be fine. And we're not going to waste these bits. I use these for stamping onto. Okay, I think that's it for the trimming for now. So I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to take the smaller bit because that's what I'm going to do my exciting stamping onto now. So I'm going to stamp a wreath. So firstly, I need to find something round to draw around, and I found these tubs are the perfect size. It is approximately 12 centimeters across. And I'm going to just place it in the center and get my pencil and draw around it. It's about central. Just do a faint pencil line. You won't be able to see it once we're done. Yeah, this is day 12, last day. So I'm going to use this brilliant, it's like a pine, some kind of pine stamp. I've got garden green. I'm going to be using a few different greens. It doesn't matter what colours, but I'm using the colours that are in the papers so that my papers will coordinate as well. And I might use a little bit of Lost Lagoon. That's not in the papers, but I like it for the one that looks a little bit like eucalyptus. So we've got this pine. This pine stamp has a bit of a natural curve already, so that's going to follow the line of my circle. So start anywhere and then overlap them, just go round. Doesn't have to be particularly neat because this is just a background. We're going to do more decoration over the top of it. Like that. So it already looks like a lovely fluffy wreath. And then I'm going to add in some of the other stamps just here and there. Something wrong with the colour of my older olive. I think I may need to replace it. This is probably one of my oldest ink pads, but it's my old olive's ink seems a bit dark to me, so I don't know what's wrong with it, but it'll be fine for this. And I think that's all I'm going to do on the background. because it is just a background, and I've left some space in the centre for my greeting, and I want to heat emboss my greeting with gold because I think it'll be special. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy because I don't want any powder to stick where it shouldn't. Got my Versamark and my gold embossing powder ready. Ink that up really well. And finding it hard to get this one straight, but I'll do the best I can. And heat that up. Just makes it a little bit more special, I think, having that bit of gold. Okay, so we're going to start off, that's our background. I'm going to start off with some stamping to die cut. So I'm going to stamp some more of these leaves. So with the garden green again, I'm going to stamp off first because it's quite dark, and get the second generation colour on here. And then you also get the detail one. So this is where the two-step stamping comes in. You've got pairs of stamps. One is like and you can stamp in different colours, but then it just provides like a layer, a layering effect over the top. So I use the bottom to line up my two. Don't have to be perfect. And then with the other stamps, I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. This is a slightly darker version of the Old Olive, actually. They're very similar tones. So if I do some of those, and then the detail over the top is this one, and I'm going to use Old Olive rather than stamping off. So line that up. They're not too bad to line up, actually. Some stamps can be quite difficult to line up, but these are okay. And then they don't have to be perfect either. So there we have those. And then we're going to cut them out with the dies. So I'll just show you a couple because I do have some already done. Just clear some space. Close up my ink pads because I'm going to get my elbow in one of them, I'm sure. Move my tea. Morning, June. How's your craft desk looking? Is it any better? So we can just place the die over the top. Use some tape if you are worried about it shifting. See, I was doing this perfectly earlier, but I definitely do need a bit of tape now. I think it's because it's not very light and I can't get my head over it. There we go. Bit of tape holds it down. And then you've got your branches. So I yesterday spent, I don't know, 20 minutes, if that, doing a load of these, maybe, excuse me, 6 or 7 of each. And then I also die cut quite a few of these out of plain cardstock, so I'll show you that one as well. Excuse me. So you get a large pine and a smaller one. You can just cut them together. Excuse me. There we go. And this is Old Olive cardstock, but it looks brilliant in garden green as well, or any greens. So I've also used the dies and die cut some of the vellum out already. So, for example, these and these. I've even done the edge bits because sometimes it doesn't matter if we're sort of pushing it in to the wreath. And I've also done a few from the papers. So the papers have this gold on, which is really nice. Anyway, this is what I've done. A whole load of foliage. And it honestly did not take me that long at all. It was quite a fun little session getting all these done. And I'm not going to use all of these on this one card, so I've got plenty left over for other things. So I'll probably get, I don't know, I might use some of that. Don't think I'll use these ones today, but let's see how we get on with those. So now if I move my stamps out of the way, get myself some space. For this project, you are going to need mini glue dots. These are going to be your friend for this project. I mean, glue's going to be fine, but if mini glue dots will help you when things are kind of starting to get more full. So there's your base, and we are going to start creating our wreath on this. starting with these ones. So these plain cardstock, that's where I'm going to start laying these down. So I'm just going to start by gluing as if I was making a normal wreath. This is how I was sort of taught at the wreath making workshop. You start on one. Actually, they told you to sort of bundle things together and then place them on and then overlap and go all the way around in one direction. Kind of going to go off piece with that, and I'm going to start with these ones because I don't know, maybe I'll need more. So you've got some that kind of go, the small ones sort of bend in the other direction, so it means you get a kind of fluffy looking effect. But I'm just kind of following the line of the base. So when I've got these on, I will tell you how many I needed for this first layer. I feel like I need one more, so let me cut one more. Because I'm only using a small amount of this wet glue, it does give me a chance to kind of take off and rearrange if I need to. Right, so I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you do 5 times with this double, with the double die, 5 times through, that's enough. Okay, so now we can get creative with this, with our stamped foliage and some of the other bits and pieces. So just sort of tuck these in amongst and these ones. So this is where, if you're finding your glue's not sticking because you're sort of needing to kind of sort of poke it through, then try glue dot instead. It does, honestly, for some reason, it does feel a lot like making an actual wreath with real foliage. I don't know why, it just, the tucking in and sort of arranging. And you'll notice that I've got these ones and I've put them in clusters of 3. For some reason, things work best in 3s or 2s opposite. So, and actually it will look better, believe it or not, if it's not uniform. So if it's not completely symmetrical, apparently that will actually look better. So now what else can I fit in here? Maybe a few of these goldy bits, and you can chop things down as well. if you need to. Let's put this one here. And at some point, when you feel like you're risking covering everything up, that's probably the point where you want to leave it alone. But look how bulky that is. This is what I mean about it feeling, looking like a real wreath, because all of that is so sort of multi-dimensional. And because you've got the background stamping as well, you've got that even more depth. So I'm going to kind of stop there, and if your card is warped a little bit like mine, what you can do is with the heat embossing, you could put tape on here, put plenty of tape on, and then you get it flat down on this layer. So let's just see if I can get that stuck down without ruining anything. That goes on the front of my card. You could add a little layer of gold foil if you wanted to. I just quite like the white effect. Just that sort of double layer, just to give it a bit of dimension. Now, in the stamp set, you've got these little berries. So you could stamp and die cut some of them, but they are quite tiny, so I can't really be bothered. So I'm going to add some gold in the form of these little, what are they called? Gold textured adhesive backed dots. They're not as kind of metallic as I want, so, but I haven't got anything else in my entire stash of embellishments that I like. So these are going to do for now. And then if I find something else, I can pull them off and start again. So, but these just do add, they are, because they're rounded, they are quite berry-like. They're very fiddly. So I need to get my little tweezery things out. Where are they? I can't find it. So I'm going to put them in clusters of 3. And then they'll look a bit like berries. I'm going to put 5 clusters of 3. It needs to be odd numbers. And then finishing off with a bow. So people always ask me how I tie my bows. I just put a loop, create a loop round one of my fingers and then hold it between my finger and thumb. Wrap the ribbon around to the back. Create another loop and push that through. So replace my thumb with the loop, grip the new loop between my finger and thumb and grip this one, and then pull everything's between my fingers, and adjust. This lovely wide satiny ribbon, because it's so wide, it's quite nice to tie into a bow. It's quite easy. It's easier than some of the stiffer ribbons. And if you don't like it, you can pull it out and start again. So I'm just going to use a glue dot, probably a couple of glue dots actually, to stick this on. What have I just done? Okay, that bow's going to go there, and there we have the finished card. Probably need something on the inside. Maybe I do need to stamp something, but I'm going to leave it for now. I need to get rid of a little bit of that glue. Once that's dried, I've got a little rubber I can use just to make it. And this time, other than my sample, I haven't got fingerprints on, so that's a bonus as well. So there you go. Thank you, Bav. Cherie just also retired, but could never in a million years use all her stuff. Yes, I am the same, absolutely the same. There is no way I can use everything that I've actually got in this craft room. There's just no way. But I can't seem to help getting the new things. All of the new craft items I need to have. But I'm going to have a very good go over Christmas. I've got a few days off, purely for crafting, just for my own crafting playing pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not going away anywhere, and I can just get in my craft room, well, first of all I've got to tidy it up, but then I can just spend as long as I want in here crafting away and making some new samples to show you for the new year, all the January and February events I've got coming up. So do comment if you've spotted the new decoration, and your name will go into a draw to receive this card. And I've also got a couple of other things to show you before I get off. Now, obviously, you know, if you're on my mailing list, you'll get this tutorial, you'll get the PDF. But I do have a bonus tutorial for anyone who places an order with me between now and the end of Sunday, so 10 p.m. Sunday night, using the host code in the link to the video, we'll also get a bonus tutorial for this project. Which is very similar, but it's a frame and it's got lights. So the PDF and the video tutorial for this is exclusively for my customers who place an order £40 or more in my online store, and you get your free gift as well to pick. So your free gifts, obviously, that you can pick from, there's 12 different free gifts. So I'll post that in the page. Or if you put an order through, then I'll just send you the things and I'll just get you to pick one. So I have absolutely loved coming on and crafting with you for the last 12 days. It's been so much fun. I really appreciate everyone who's watched, everyone who's commented, shared my video, sent me a message, a lovely message. I really appreciate that. I've been really overwhelmed with the positive feedback that I've had, and I'm so grateful. So if you would like any of the items that you've seen me using, if you've been inspired to recreate any of my projects, I'd really absolutely be so grateful for your orders this weekend. I know December's a funny time, isn't it, for spending money. And so obviously it is a big ask, I realise, but I've also got a different way that you can maybe get yourself some craft supplies, and that is with my vouchers. These are for UK residents only, and they're available on my website. The link is below the video. So if you're thinking of gifting somebody some craft supplies, the vouchers are valid for 6 months. And if you are thinking you might want to ask someone to get you one of these, then please send them my link, and you can choose what you want for Christmas. So vouchers are available on my website, as well as an alternative to ordering now. If you wanted to wait until the new year and see the new products, that's fine. Do the voucher instead. So I can email them through to whoever purchases them, or I can print them out and send them to you. There's an option on the website for a printed copy instead. So that is me. I'll be doing my draws tomorrow. It'll be about tea time to give everyone a chance to watch the replays, and make any more comments. And I will see you live about 5 o'clock tomorrow, roughly, for the final draws. And if you've got any questions, let me know. But thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you liked today's project. Bye for now, everyone. Thanks again.